Right, that's a bit fresh. I've got to go and get changed. But before I do, or while I'm getting changed, I'm going to leave you with this little film to watch. And when it's finished, I'm not going to be quite as yellow, for one thing. And I've got a question for you. What would you do in this situation? See you in a bit.
The next station is Great Portland Street.
Customer service update. There is a good service on all lines.
What do you think about that? In that situation, what would you do? Would you get up and do a run like the girl in the film? Would you stand there like a lemon and do absolutely nothing? Because if that guy, I don't know, if he had a cardiac arrest, if no one does anything for about 3 or 4 minutes, he's as good as dead. I mean, technically, if your heart stops beating, you're dead already. But us medical people, a lot of us can fix things from there down. From there up, not so good. Only if somebody does something. So what stopped these people on this train? That was a Monday morning on the Circle Line, I think it was, good old London Tube. So why did nobody do anything? You tell me. There are 5 main reasons why people will not stop and help someone in an emergency situation like that. What if I get something? Don't know where he's been. Has he got AIDS? Has he got hepatitis? Has he got man flu? Or the coronavirus, whatever it's called, the one that everyone's panicking over at the moment. Can I catch something? I'll end up in court if I get it wrong. What if I get hurt? I suppose they're all valid questions in a way, but most of these diseases you cannot catch off a toilet seat. You cannot catch by walking past someone in the street. If I had malaria, for example, again, if you sat next to me on the train, you're not going to walk away with malaria. No, it doesn't work like that. If I've got HIV and I shook your hand, you're not AIDS. Admittedly, if I had a cardiac arrest, collapsed, hit my head on something on the way down, I got blood pouring out of an open head wound, I've lost control of all my bodily functions, I've thrown up everywhere, I've wet myself and had a nasty accident round the rear, and you're the first aider kneeling in it all, then yeah, okay, so your chance of catching something may have gone up a little bit. Wear gloves. If you've got a face mask and you find yourself having to put your lips around someone else's because you're doing mouth to mouth, use the face mask. It's what it's there for. It's not there to bulk out your wallet. Doesn't matter what the situation you've just found yourself in when it comes to first aid, you have always got time to wash your hands afterwards. Soap and water is all you need. There's no special chemical on the market. Well, there might be, but it's a con. You don't need special chemicals to wash body fluids off your hands. Trust me, good old soap. Water comes out the tap. Use it. If you find you're near someone who is in need of first aid, offer your help. Ask their consent. Don't just run up to them, throw them on the floor and start putting a bandage on their leg, because I think you'll find that's called assault. And yes, then you can end up in trouble with the law. Get their consent. Ask permission. If they're unconscious, we assume that if they were conscious, they would ask us to save their life, rather than just let them lie there on the floor of the blooming train. So we assume consent. But if they can speak to you or they are capable of nodding, ask first. Don't just dive in and do it. Remember, just because you've seen some nurse on TV do it in a soap opera, it does not mean to say you are entitled to have a go. So only do what you've been taught to do and what you are qualified to do. Okay? Stick to first aid and get their consent and you'll stay out of the courts. Usually. Now, that girl on the train who got up and vanished quickly into the sunset, did she do anything wrong? Well, legally, no, nothing at all. You don't have to help someone. I'd rather you did. Morally, even just picking up the phone and dialing 999 and saying, I think someone's in need of a bit of help here, officer. That is better than doing nothing. But, and it's a big but, I know I go like that once. Anyway, this but, you do not have to help someone. Once you do offer your assistance and you start helping them, you have offered them a duty of care. You've also really got a duty of care to everyone else around you. So in that scenario, if someone started helping the guy on the floor in the train, he's got a duty of care to everyone around to make sure that they don't become a casualty as well. I mean, we don't know what happened to the guy. Is it going to happen to someone else? Think about what's going on. I don't know what to do. It's quite possibly the worst excuse I have ever heard for someone not helping someone who needs it. If you don't know what to do, dial 999, they'll tell you what to do. Ask someone else on the tube. Is there a doctor on the tube? Is there a nurse on the tube? Is there anyone else on this train who knows any first aid? Because there's a gentleman lying on the floor here who might need a bit. Get in touch with yours truly. I teach this stuff for a living. I can teach you how to be safe, how to help someone else who might need it, and how to look after everyone else around you, because the bystanders, believe it or not, are second in line of importance in front of the casualty, because I don't want them to become a casualty themselves. Accidents tend to multiply. Trust me, I've seen it. One person gets injured, someone else crosses the road to go and help them, and the number 9 bus hits them. Now who've got 2 casualties to deal with. You're number 1, bystanders are number 2, and the casualties are at the bottom of the list, I'm afraid. Now, can you hurt someone doing first aid? Let me think about it. Yes, you can. The old abdominal thrusts, or it used to be called the Heimlich manoeuvre, but apparently the guy wanted royalties every time they used his name. He's dead now, so call it what you like. Yes, abdominal thrusts, if you're choking, hurts. There is a possibility you may hurt someone. They may need a bit of treatment afterwards for bruised things and bits and bobs inside that you may have damaged. However, if someone is choking, that person can't breathe. Now, I could go, not me personally, but in theory, you can go about 3 weeks without eating food before serious damage occurs. Water, you can go possibly 3 days without it. Now, how long can you hold your breath? Me, not very long, not 3 minutes, but apparently 3 minutes. Stuff up here starts to get damaged beyond repair. So you need oxygen in your brain. You need to be breathing. If someone's not breathing, they're going to die. It's as simple as that. Choking is a life-threatening emergency. The cure is physical violence. We want you to cough. If you can't cough, we're going to slap you on the back. If you can't do that, we're going to do abdominal thrusts. Now, if you can't breathe and someone's beating the living daylights out of you, you're not going to stay conscious very long either, are you? So the next thing you might find is you're unconscious on the floor, not breathing. Someone is jumping up and down on your chest, trying to get you to breathe again and keep your heart going and supply oxygen to your brain, because without it, you're dead. So yes, unfortunately, you can hurt someone doing first aid. The alternative, not so good. The bigger question you should ask yourself is, can you get hurt doing first aid? Now, I may have mentioned the duty of care to the patient that you've offered. So if you start helping someone, you have offered them a duty of care. You've also got a duty of care to everyone else around you. You've also got a duty of care to yourself. So if you're helping someone who is trapped underneath a load of rubble and the building around you starts to collapse, see ya, leave. Like I said, accidents tend to multiply. Do not become a casualty yourself. Do not let bystanders become casualties. If you could pick up the casualty or drag the casualty or put them in a chair and wheel them out of the door, happy days. If you can't, sorry, they're already having a bad day. That's a fact of life. Medical professionals, police, firemen, you will see these people leave buildings if they're about to explode, possibly leaving people in them. What was it Forrest Gump said? Shit happens. Pardon my French, but this isn't a children's programme. This is life. Now these are 5 genuine fears that people have when someone is in need of help. They are 5 fears that if you come on one of my courses, I can teach you how to overcome. Wear gloves, get consent, don't become a casualty yourself. Can you hurt someone doing first aid? Yeah. Tough, get over it. Can you get hurt doing first aid? It's not impossible, but I'd rather you left the scene than get hurt yourself. Check out the scene. Have a look before you go running across the road to help someone who's been hit by the number 3 bus. Make sure the number 4 bus isn't bearing down on top of you. Stay safe, and I'll see you next week for another First Aid Friday. Ta-ra.